Hey guys, welcome back to another Mathin' with Coach Lynn. Today we're going to cover Lesson 4.1, Represent Integers, in our Tennessee Reveal math book. This begins on page 201. The I can statement states, I can use positive and negative numbers as well as zero to represent quantities in my everyday life and use a number line to visually represent the quantities. Now as we begin down here in our Learn section, it says use integers to represent quantities. An integer is any number from the set -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and going continuously in both directions in the negative side and the positive side. The ... in this case up here means indefinitely, which means we can go to an infinite amount of numbers in both directions. A negative integer is an integer less than 0 and is written with a negative sign, as we've seen before. A positive integer is an integer greater than 0 and can be written with or without a positive sign. So negative integers are less than 0 will show up on the left side of a number line. Positive integers, which are greater than 0, will show up on the right side of the number line. And 0 is neither positive nor negative, and it sits right in the middle of a number line when we have it balanced out like this one here with -5 on one side up to 5 on the other. Now let's look at example 1 on page 202. Use integers to represent quantities. A football team has a 10-yard loss in one play. Write an integer to represent the situation. Explain the meaning of 0 in this situation. Part A. Write an integer to represent the situation. Because the situation represents a loss, the integer is negative. The integer used to represent the situation would be -10, because the football team had a 10-yard loss, so it went negatively 10 yards. Part B, explain the meaning of 0 in the situation. In a football play, the integer 0 represents no yards gained or lost. Now let's work a check problem together on page 203. The elevation of Death Valley National Park is the lowest in North America at 282 feet below sea level. Part A, write an integer to represent the situation. Well, sea level represents 0, which is neither positive nor negative. Since it's the lowest in North America at 282 feet below sea level, we know it's a negative value. So the integer to represent this would be -282. Now part B, explain the meaning of 0 in this situation. Like I stated earlier, 0 equals sea level, which is neither above nor below sea level. It's right at the level of sea. So we can't go down into the valley or up to a mountain at that point. It's right at where we're going to start from, our base level. Now at the bottom of page 203, the Learn section, we're going to go over graphing integers on a number line. Integers and sets of integers can be graphed on a number line. To graph an integer on a number line, place a dot on the number line at its location. Positive numbers are graphed to the right of 0 on a horizontal number line or above 0 on a vertical number line. Negative numbers are graphed to the left of 0 on a horizontal number line or below 0 on a vertical number line. This information here is very critical when we get to coordinates and coordinate planes later in Module 4. A set of integers is written using braces such as 2, -3, 0. The set of integers 2, -3, 0 is graphed on each number line. So we'd see 2 with the orange dot to the right of 0 because it's a positive number. -3 with our green dot to the left of 0 because it's a negative number. And 0 is our blue dot right on 0. It's neither a positive nor negative number. On our vertical number line, we see the same. 0 with our blue dot right in the middle. Our yellow dot of 2 on the top part for positive, and our green dot for -3 on the bottom part for negative. Now let's begin example 2 on page 204. Graph the set of integers -4, 2, -1 on the number line. Place a dot at -4, 2, and -1. So -4, we know it's going to be left of 0, and there it is. Put a dot there. 2, positive number, we know it's going to be to the right of 0. It's right here. And -1, again, it's a negative number, we know it's going to be to the left of 0, and that one is right there. Now let's look at the check problem. Graph the set of integers -3, 1, 0 on a number line. Again, we have -3. We know it's a negative number. It has to be to the left of 0. It's right here. 1, it's a positive number, so we know it's going to be to the right of 0. And 0 is just represented by itself. Let's take what we learned from our lesson and incorporate it into our practice problems on page 205. Let's look at number 1. It says, since his last vet appointment, a cat lost 2 ounces. And it wants us to write an integer to represent each situation and explain the meaning of 0 in each situation. Since the cat lost 2 ounces, losing something, we know it goes into the negative. So we know the integer that represents this would be -2. And they want us to explain the meaning of 0 in this situation. 0 would mean no weight gained or lost. Now let's look at number 9. It says graph each set of integers on a number line. 9 has -8, -4, and 1. So -8, we know it's a negative number, so it'll be left of 0. It's right here. And if we didn't have the numbers already placed for us, we know we could start at 0 and count 8 to the left, and that would get us to -8. -4, a negative number, so we know it's going to be to the left of 0. Again, it's represented here. Or if we didn't have the numbers already displayed, we could just count 4 to the left and mark -4. And 1, since it's positive, we know it's going to be to the right of 0. And it's right here, 1 space to the right. Okay, guys, that's it for lesson 4.1, representing integers. Hope this information we covered has been useful for you, and you can take it and move forward through Module 4 and continue to ace your assignments. Have a great day.